Long ago, in the mighty empire of Persia, a young Jewish woman named Esther found herself caught in the middle of a story bigger than she could ever have imagined. She wasn't born into royalty. She was an orphan, raised by her cousin Mordecai after her parents passed away. Life had not been easy, and yet destiny had a way of placing her in the very heart of the king's palace. When King Xerxes needed a new queen, Esther was chosen. She was beautiful, yes, but more than that. She carried grace, humility, and a quiet strength. At first, few knew she was Jewish. Mordecai had advised her to keep it quiet. In the palace, silence was often safety. But trouble was brewing. A powerful man named Haman, an advisor to the king, burned with hatred against the Jewish people. When Mordecai refused to bow to him, Haman's anger exploded. He convinced the king to issue a decree that all Jews in the empire should be destroyed. Imagine the fear, an entire people sentenced to death. When Mordecai learned of this, he sent word to Esther. He begged her to go to the king to plead for mercy, but Esther hesitated. Approaching the king without being summoned was forbidden, punishable by death. Even the queen wasn't safe from this law. Her heart pounded with fear. What could she do? She was just one woman caught between silence and death. But Mordecai's words gave her courage. Who knows but that you have come to your royal position for such a time as this? Those words changed everything. Esther asked her people to fast and pray for 3 days, and she too prepared her heart. If she had to risk everything, she would. On the 3rd day, Esther dressed in her royal robes. With trembling steps, she walked into the king's court. Every eye turned. Would he welcome her or order her death? Then, the king extended his golden scepter. Her life was spared. Then, the king extended his golden scepter. Her life was spared.
What is it you want, Queen Esther? Even up to half the kingdom, and it will be given to you.
Esther didn't rush. With wisdom, she invited the king and Haman to a banquet, and then another. She waited for the right moment, building trust, waiting for the perfect time to reveal the truth. Finally, at the second banquet, with her voice steady but her heart racing, Esther spoke.
My people have been sold to destruction, to slaughter and annihilation, and I am one of them.
The king's face hardened with anger. Who would dare do such a thing? Esther turned to her enemy. This wicked man, Haman. The room fell silent. The king stormed out, furious. And in the end, Haman faced the very punishment he had planned for Mordecai and the Jewish people. Through Esther's courage, her people were saved. A new decree was issued, giving them the right to defend themselves. What was meant for their destruction turned into a victory, a day that is still remembered and celebrated in the Jewish festival of Purim. Through Esther's courage, her people were saved. A new decree was issued, giving them the right to defend themselves. What was meant for their destruction turned into a victory, a day that is still remembered and celebrated in the Jewish festival of Purim. Esther's story is not just about royalty or ancient empires. It is about courage in the face of fear, about standing for what is right, even when the cost is high. And maybe it's a reminder for us, too, that no matter where we are, no matter how small we feel, we may be placed in our position, in our moment, for such a time as this. This is the story of Esther's courage, a timeless truth, that one act of bravery can change the destiny of many.